All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles, those great millstone, and Southeast brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And not showing a title, but something on the lines of using wisdom and avoiding harlots, right? And this is for videos mainly for Jake that's still maybe window shopping, or some Jakes that don't get it why the camps can't be united. Because look, these people have strange doctrines. And it's not just camps, because I'll give another example. Sakari got that reward. The head of Sakari got that award. He got that award from the Egyptologists, whatever the fuck them niggas is. And that was him being mingled with the harlot. And then fast forward to now, we see how off he was in the spirit. Because you can't eat at the table of the Lord. Let me just grab that. You can't eat at the table of the Lord and devils, man. And devils mean deceivers. So if the doctrine is wrong, they got lying wonders. You at the table of the devil, man. That's why unity camps is off. That's why the scriptures say. Let me grab this too. This is Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them. So we must associate with those that have the same doctrine. All right? It's no unity camps. It's no, I'm cool with the Egyptologists, so I go to their events and break bread with them. No, they off. Now, if you that, it should be straight rebuke. If you find yourself somehow in the midst of these niggas, it should be rebuke. Not rubbing shoulders. They saying, oh, you got this part right. And you saying, oh, y'all cool with this. Hell, even another thing, man. I hate to keep mentioning this long-haired nigga, but nigga claiming Hoover Crip. Gangs have what they call lit, which means literature. That's their doctrine. You can't mingle this shit, man. And that's the harlot, the strange woman. False doctrine is called a harlot, man. Okay, and we're gonna touch on that. So we're gonna actually just break down some verses, man. So what did I come in for? Oh yeah, 1 Corinthians 10. And damn. And 7. We'll start here. We'll start a little close to the point. Let's start at 6. Now these things were our examples to the intent. 1 Corinthians 10:6. Now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. All right, so they lusted after the ways of the heathens, the idols they had, the lifestyle, etc. They lusted after it. All right, and then what did they do? They followed it. Neither let us commit fornication, and that's fornication. Sex before marriage is not fornication. Sex before marriage doesn't exist, because once you have sex, that is marriage. As some of them committed and fell in one day, 3 and 20,000. Neither let us tempt Mashiach. Avoid that C word, that's an idol. The Hebrew word Mashiach is where the word Messiah comes from, and it means anointed. All right. Neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured. They scoffed Moses and Aaron, who said you can be leader. All right. They complained about not having this, not having that, or it was better in Egypt. That's murmuring. All those examples. So scoffing against the leadership. All right. Not being thankful and grateful to the Lord. That's murmuring. Scoffing against leadership. I'm going to say it again. That's murmuring. All right. Change the doctrine from the leadership. They ain't the only leaders. That's murmuring. And were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for admonition, upon whom the ends of the world come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Verse 16. The cup of blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of Mashiach? The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of Mashiach? For we being many are one bread, one and one body. See, we're the body of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is pure. We can't take other doctrines and mix with this truth or be attached to other doctrines and groups. No, we are the body of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai didn't have a strange doctrine. He's pure. Behold, Israel after the flesh are not they, Salaki. Behold, Israel after the flesh are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar? What say I then, that the idol is anything, or that which is offered as sacrifice to idol is anything? So technically, idol is nothing. But what they don't, well, let's keep going. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils. So these are evil spirits on these motherfuckers, man. And not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. So wisdom prepare her table. Let's grab that real quick. This is Proverbs 8 or 9. Proverbs 9 and 1. Wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beast. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table. All right. She hath sent forth her maiden. She cried upon the highest place of the city. Who is simple? Let him turn to hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she said to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of my wine, which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish, and live, and go in the way of understanding. Go in the way of understanding. So this is what it means to have this wisdom. We have understanding, and with this understanding, we're not to be tossed to and fro like the scriptures say. We have to avoid foolishness, man. Starting with the principles, man. Hebrews 5 tells us we need teachers. All right, then we get taught, then we get understanding, then we grow in this understanding. All right, and when we grow in this understanding, we use this wisdom to say, this is not proper doctrine. I must avoid this. This is not proper doctrine. I must avoid this. Not be buddy-buddy with him, and then the flock is thinking it's okay now, or it should be this way. We have this unity kept. Oh, I call on Yahweh Shai, you call on JC, but it's cool. We can be together and teach together. That's confusion. That's putting the body of Yahweh Shai within harlot, man. Jesus Christ and that doctrine is a harlot. Because that's not our Lord, man. That's not wisdom. That's not our wife. That's a strange woman. All right? And what comes with all these doctrines? That spirit of devils. Now you can do this. You can do this manner of wickedness. You can get lineups. You can, you know, you playing around with butt plugs as a man. That shit crazy. Like, that's double crazy as a man. You doing this. That's crazy. But that comes with not keeping Yahweh Shai and the body separate from a harlot, man. You spending up your sustenance. You losing your wisdom, man. Okay? So this is back in 1 Corinthians 10 once it loads up. 10 and 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? The answer is no, we're not stronger than him. So why play around with it? Why take the risk? All right, the wisdom is to keep us from these things, not to justify why we able to be around these different doctrines, these harlots, man. As an Israelite, you shouldn't be cool with Sanet on his platform and y'all linked up in this is buddy. That makes no sense. And then that's the reason why niggas going around The mark of the beast is sex with the white woman. Because you've been around these pro-black niggas, and now your doctrine is tainted, man. Because you with the harlot. Fucking madness. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Okay? So it got to be about edifying, man. You up there chilling with these niggas. It makes the flock think it's okay to mingle. To mingle. It's that simple. Now the doctrine's mingled. Now you off. All right? Now you fucking off. So let's grab this 1 Corinthians 6. Yeah, this 1 Corinthians 6 and 12 is going to say the same thing. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Meats for the belly and the belly for meats, but the Most High shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication. It was talking about idolatry. It's saying the same thing. The body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. And this is a big thing. Today, let's use this example. Today says Thanksgiving. Most niggas just doing this shit just to do it. Even though the origins is idolatrous, most niggas is just doing it to do it. Back then, when this is written, a lot of these motherfuckers was actually worshiping these idols. They was like, look, we know this is to this. All right? So it's like you gotta avoid them, because now they saying, no, this is for Zeus. No, this is for Zeus. You coming? Right? Now, of course, it's applied spiritually, because we just read the Proverbs 9. Wisdom has its own table. These other doctrines have their own table. When we break bread and come together, did it not just say we eating the body of Yahweh Shai, drinking the wine of Yahweh Shai? So these other groups doing the same thing with devils, though. And we can't be associated with that, because now we're tainting the body. If you in agreement, then that means you accepting their bullshit. We got to speak against it. To accept it is to be in agreement, man. All things that make manifest are children of light. We're to rather reprove them, man. So let's keep going. And the Most High hath both raised up the Lord, and will also raise us up by his own power. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of Mashiach and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid. So we must avoid these doctrines. Okay? We cannot be accepting, oh, well, they cool. They teach this, but, they cool. We with them, No. Hell no. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two saith he shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Flee fornication, which again, idolatry. False doctrine counts as idolatry. Stubbornness, all right? Stubbornness is as idolatry. And disobedience as witchcraft. So to be contrary to this doctrine is to be an idolater, man. It's to be a fornicator. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which you have of the Most High, ye are not your own? For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's. So we got to be separate from these people, man. It's simple. Just because a nigga don't hear Israelite, don't mean he on point. It's about that wisdom. Okay? That doctrine. This is Proverbs. Let's do 29:3, right? Whoso loveth wisdom rejoices his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. All right? So we can't be cool with these different doctrines. Man, to hell. Hey, look, if a nigga like Israelite and he talking about he IUIC, that nigga, y'all shouldn't be rubbing shoulders and be accepting one another because he's wrong. I mean, don't mean don't be cordial. That just mean we ain't bidding him Godspeed. We not even gonna bid the nigga Godspeed. That mean we not blessing. We ain't even blessing. It's like when I see different niggas different doctrine, I don't even shalom. I shalom them and look up the difference between shalom and shalom. It is a difference. All right, shalom is perfect peace. Shalom can also mean retribution. This is whatever the Lord deems for your ass. All right. So we're not even supposed to bid them Godspeed if don't have the doctrine. How we gonna be buddy with them? Breaking bread with them, teaching together with them. How we gonna be teaching together with a fucking false doctrine, man? How I'm gonna be receiving or window shopping, knowing that okay, this group teach this group teach that. How am I listening to both? Man, you got to make a goddamn decision. And pray that you choose the body of Yahweh Shai, man. Based off the precepts, not emotions. All right? Because one of these things is going to take your substance away. It's going to take the understanding that you got away from you. One is going to increase you. All right? To keep you from the other false doctrines, man. That's why when the flat earth thing came out, it was... Now, this was probably a year, 2 months. It was a little bit of time, however long it was before it became a big thing, And this, I'm just saying this to explain how it happened. And I heard about the flat earth shit had, gained enough popularity, but the Israelites weren't talking about it. And I said, it's no point in me doing a lesson on this because it has nothing to do with salvation. Who cares? Maybe I should have did the lesson. Nope, it happened when it's supposed to, right? But fast forward, now all this time passed, then some group or some Jakes, in fact, I think some Jakes in Great Millstone started going into the flat earth and this and that, tweaking. Instead of going to the scriptures, they attached themselves to a harlot, man. They didn't use the wisdom to protect themselves. When scriptures talk about the circle of the earth or the vault, and you look up the etymology of vault, is arch. Or just having enough sense to say, who cares about the shape? Which my original stance. I had the precepts, and I believe the course is round, but it's like, who cares to make what is it? What edification is in this? All right, this wisdom is supposed to keep us from the harlot. Not some new doctrine come, let me do a deep dive into this instead of let me do a deep dive into the scriptures that cuts this. Now, of course, you may look at it, all right, so you can see what it's about, so you can cut it, but not taking a deep dive and eating that. No, we're not supposed to eat it, man. This is Proverbs 7:1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. So we have to be fully persuaded. Period. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. So wisdom is referred to as a woman, a proper woman. It's right here, our sister, our kinswoman. All right, in other scriptures, it's referred to as our wife, our mother. Okay? That they may keep thee from the strange woman. So you have wisdom, and then which is a proper woman. Then you have a strange woman, which is the opposite of wisdom. All right, lies, false doctrine, etc. From the stranger which flattereth with her words. All right, so it's smooth. It sounds good, even it may seem on point until you hit the scriptures. That flat earth shit, it can seem like one way. Then you hit the scriptures like, hell no. Then you start using all the common sense that you have. Then you double hell no. Japan bombed Hawaii. How? They didn't go from the west from the east where they are, and then fly west this long ass trip and then hit Hawaii. So what they do? They already west. What they do? They still flew west to hit Hawaii. That's crazy, right? Which Hawaii is west of Cali, right? So how did they do it? Well, you do the math. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. Passing through the street in her corner, he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. So she's opposite of light. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. So it sounds smooth, it's subtle. You don't even realize you're being snared. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face she said unto him, I have peace offerings with me this day, have I paid my vows. Therefore I came forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my beard and coverings of tapestry. So these false doctors, they play on your, they make it look good. They play on, whether they play on your emotions, all right, or what you think societal norms are. It's smooth. All right. They may even boast of how they got something crazy in the garage. Right? I have decked my beard with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. The one group say, look, this is like heaven or earth. Damn, I'm trying to remember what the nigga said exactly. He said, something, you ain't doing this, you ain't smoking weed. then the one nigga say, if you want you a job and a woman, come to the ISUPK. So they got these different gimmicks, different ways to make it look good for the eye, man, for the simple man. All right. The one nigga had the ham out there. He said his ham been soaking in coke for 3 days. Or whatever the fuck it was. Talking this shit. Deceiving the minds of the simple. Yeah, see, Peter, this dream, you know. So look, just simple. Look at our garments. Look how we match. It's all fly. You know. Meanwhile, going the fuck off. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my beard with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love unto the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home, he is gone a long journey. So it's adultery. He have taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. Just to find why it's okay to do it, you can get away with it. Just different things, man. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hastens to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, all ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thy heart decline to her ways. All right? We cannot be shaken. Look, this doctrine is the doctrine. We have to be fully persuaded. Go not astray in her paths. For she hath cast down many wounded, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, which means the grave, going down to the chambers of death. Point blank period, man. We cannot be persuaded by the bullshit. We must stick to the scriptures. All right? This word is our defense. This wisdom keeps us from the false doctrine. Avoid the harlot, man. Use the wisdom, like we said up here, to keep us from the harlot. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her lips. This is our defense, man. They mentioned this a couple times. This saying this is echoed. But yeah, that's really it, man. Hey, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shami Yahweh Shai Shama Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles, El Great Millstone, and Southern brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, my Bible ball.